problems cannot be solved by being in your own space, in your head. You have to be able to look around. You have to be able to see what's going on. You have to be able to observe. You have to go out, and you have to bring in. So there is a back and forth of being in and out, that is very crucial to our educational apparatus. And like Sambit said, this the idea of the breadth of knowing so many things versus the depth of knowing so few things very well, that traverse is something that is so crucial for addressing problems, because we can't just look at them superficially. We have to look at them with enough depth, and we
Depth,
also
right.
have to be able to combine our what we bring to the table as a country, as a culture, like Ankur said, the idea of our history, our heritage, our traditional knowledge, uh, and combining it with a future ready knowledge of using AI, but maybe designing the AI
Or other
to
emerging
to-
technologies. Yeah,
exactly, to design that AI so that it can actually do what it needs to do, rather than being a subversive uh, to that AI. And to really create the
so
future
true.
world, I think the possibilities are immense. It's a beautiful world.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Now it's time to move to the second segment, although most of it is covered in the segment one, empowering students to be global change makers. That's the segment two. Now that these students have already chosen design as their path, so let's talk about how UID helps them in becoming change makers. All right, any one of you can go first.
Uh, if I may.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, please.
but this is a very cliched statement. A lot of you might have heard from a lot of places or read it in Pinterest. I'm sure ki a lot of it is about attitude. You must have seen that A plus A, T, T, I sub, all those additions and everything. It is a cliche because it is true to an extent. So what here at UID, we encourage students to develop an attitude which does not fear questioning. Asking questions is one of the first steps to trying and resolve a situation, or trying and finding an opportunity in which solution can be situated, right? So asking questions, a lot of questions, asking questions which might be uncomfortable to be asked, finding ways of uh, getting in, making connections which other people have not been able to do so far. That's where innovation lies. It is said that we are living in an era where inventions are no longer there, and yet technology keeps surprising us over and over again. So how do you ensure that while all of this is happening, everything stays grounded in human reality and human need? And at the same time, how we ensure that we embrace the new technology which is coming towards us. We make sure that the new technology is in service of us and not dominates us, as in any sci-fi apocalyptic movie where the machines have taken over. So I think they probably didn't have designers at that time or didn't think of that, because if a designer is in the lead, they will not let that happen. We make sure कि हम हैं और हमारे साथ लोग चल रहे हैं. ठीक है? It's not about besides, after the attitude, of course, there's a lot of skill building which goes into it. Uh, Following up on the emphasis on skill everywhere. So we ensure that in order to realize whatever vision you will be having in for yourself, for the future, and for the country, and for the human kind at large, uh, you have the skill sets to actually go ahead and execute it. It's not anymore. It can't be just I made a statement. There will be people to execute it. No, you have to lead the execution yourself. So we try and equip our students with that. So there is attitude, there's vision, there's skill.
And there's infrastructure to support all of that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, over to you, Professor Amrita.
I think Ankur has.
I have something to say.
Yeah, please.
Okay, all right. I think I totally agree with Sambit. Also, when we expect I think that is after empowering our students to be global change makers. It's also very important because students come into UID with fire in their belly. And I think that's really, really exciting. Um, the word global sounds simple, but we at UID we push students to go outside the four walls, to explore the world outside. Global does not necessarily mean international. It could mean pan India. It could mean your environment, things that are around you. Explore, experiment, absorb, and reflect. And I think that's what makes them global change makers. And even before becoming a global change maker, one needs to observe what's happening around you. So we often talk about the journey that's more important than the destination. So whether it's through exchange programs, industry visits, uh, we make students future ready. We travel with students to New York Fashion Week, London Fashion Week, not only fashion weeks, but design weeks across the globe, also within India, to give them a global perspective. And I think that's a first step where they do get empowered to be a global change maker. Over to you, ma'am, Amrita, ma'am.
Like
Yeah.
I saw this recent video of our students working at Milan Week, not
Yeah,
just in the capacity of fashion designers, but exhibition design, communication designers. They were all over the place, right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yes, yes,
it also reminds me of the work that we did for Lakme Fashion Week, where our students were not just interns, but they were actually designing the collections that were supported. They were supporting the global circular design challenge. One of the 7 participants, and it was the students of UID, UID NCR in particular in this case, who were out there taking the forefront. But I would love to, I sort of want to sum this up in a sense that when a student is coming into, going anywhere, when my daughter will look at her college admissions, what am I looking for, and what are hence the parents and the students looking for? Uh, it's about who, as in who teaches you, who are the people who come in. So that's about the faculty, that's about the industry, that's about the exchange, that's about the value addition that we bring into the curriculum. And with excellent faculty and excellent credentials, with excellent experience, and that is about the what are we teaching, and that is our superbly globally benchmarked curriculum. We are not teaching something which is not been tested, and it has not been accepted at a global level. So it's a globally benchmarking with a lot of, like we said, global exposure, which is industry ready, which is sifted through the industry. So the industry partners will comment, will bring in their critique and work towards making the curriculum better. And that's an ongoing process. So that's the who and the what, and the where. The where is as important, and that brings us to this our infrastructure. And I'm proud to say that the kind of infrastructure that we have today is it's not matching all, but I think it is surpassing most in the country and across various other institutes globally.
absolutely.
And I think that
Yes,
that is really something to understand as a extreme value addition. Because if you don't have the tools, and if you don't have the the wherewithal to really deal with what is current, you are not going to be relevant in the profession. So
absolutely.
that's the what, the where,
Yes,
and the big picture of the why. Why are we doing this? And we've talked about it. Why are we doing this? We are talking about continuity of our Indian knowledge systems, the value that India brings, the diversity that India brings to the world, and the craft, the exposure, the kind of things that we deal with, the problems, and India is the future. And hence, imagine design in India is going to be the future. So that bigger purpose that we bring to that community is also something we are very critically benchmarked at UID. And we try
Absolutely.
to bring all of these four things together. And it's a wonderful, confluence of everything. Being located
Yes.
in the NCR region offers us so many industry experts, the MNCs, the connections with the world, people coming in, students going into the various setups, um, uh, at all levels. So it is a empowering exercise. Our students are empowered. We have regular design dialogues with our students, for which our students are leading. So we have regular cultural exchange with various other institutes, which again our students lead. So our students are forefront, and it is the student
Our
experience
stars.
that, yes, and completely, and that is they are our face, they are our stars, and we are immensely focused on bringing the right experience. And by that I don't mean that you're going to be you know just having fun. What I mean to say is that you'll be having fun doing what you're passionate about, and you will be creating change in that process. So UID really follows these principles, and I believe that each and every one of our student is very, very tuned and attuned, because it marks a sort of a personal touch with them, that I know each and every one of my students currently on the campus. I engage with them very personally. I make sure that each of their aspirations and each of their maybe their issues, their problems, all of them get resolved in a in a short time, as well as their aspirations are mapped to everything. My faculty knows what the aspirations are, and we do everything to really stitch this thing at an individual level to make it relevant for all of us together. So that's what UID
Oh,
stands for.
I can totally see those emotions coming, but we have to quickly move to the next segment,
Sorry,
which is
but
summarizing this. Yes, we empower our students through various ways, being connected globally, being members of uh, global level organizations like IFTI, Cumulus, ADI, ACU, to the recent collaboration with CII, plus collaboration with 30 plus top institutes globally, and been linked with 1200 plus companies, designers and design houses globally. This really keeps us ahead in terms of what's happening in the area of art and design globally. And that's what we try to bring uh, through our curriculums and empower our students. All right, moving ahead to the segment three, what makes UID the most sought after design institute? My favorite segment. So, yes, what makes UID the magnet for design aspirants, and why do top students choose us? I'll ask Professor Sambit to speak about this. What do you think? What sets UID apart?
Uh, you see, I'm going to be a little shameless here. I would say us. So, any organization in the world, it has been said over and over again, infrastructure is fine. Over a period of time, infrastructure can be developed, it can be bought.
Right,
But what
right.
is more necessary is motivation by the human resource. So UID has one of the best faculty teams across all design institutes, is comparable with any global team out there. We have faculty members from all the legacy institutes of the country, the NIDs, all the NIDs, the IITs, NIFTs, even from Shrishti.
And
We
top
also
institutes globally.
Yeah, people from Polytechnico di Milan. We have had faculty members who are Stanford certified faculty members. So we have faculty members who have their own startups, very successful startups, design consultancies, faculty members who are on the board of studies of some of the most reputed institutes of the country, and not just design institutes. They are in contact with the IIMs and SPJNs and other places like that. We have faculty members who really want to teach. That is what is most important. Matlab, sometimes I feel the qualifications are on paper, but what is more important is the attitude towards teaching. So if you go
Yes.
into a classroom and look at how a faculty member interacts with a student, you will get to know that they really want to do this. They really want to be there. We are all rooting for all our students to succeed, and that's what we are here for. So my always primary thing for anybody if asks कि कौन सा design institute में जाना चाहिए, go to the website, look at who are teaching there, get in touch with them, see what they're doing. So yeah, it is the
Yes,
faculty members
absolutely. That's
first
one
and
of
foremost.
the very, very important parameter to choose the right design institute for yourself. Who are the people, right? Because these people you see on screen, these professors are going to be your mentors, your guide, your guru for your this journey. So yes, what are your thoughts, Professor Ankur?
So yes, I think when Sambit spoke about infrastructure can be bought, infrastructure can be made, I truly believe it's the entire environment which is really, really important. We have one of the best environments. I mean, I'm going to bend towards infrastructure first. We have an environment which gives students um, a space to think, which gives students time to think, to reflect, which is really important. Infrastructure is there for them to be able to hone their skills. But most importantly, at UID, we believe in inclusivity. Inclusivity is foremost thing for us, be it race, gender, geographically where you're coming from, what your thoughts are. I think that becomes a huge melting pot at UID, and also that also helps each other uh, think better. I think coming from diverse backgrounds, it makes people realize how special each one is. They think better, you think broader, you think deeper. So, inclusivity is one thing which we are really proud of at UID, and we support our students in whichever way possible um, to push them to think beyond borders, to look at freedom as a tool to design, a freedom as a tool to think beyond borders. So I think when we have inclusivity, we are able to hone this, and students are happy because they interact with people from various places. And I think that really empowers them to think better, think quality, and think global. Over to you, Amrita ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah, thanks. I think I said it all in the earlier segment. Sambit has reiterated that. Ankur has reiterated the who and the where, and the what is also where the curriculum comes in. But I think just put it all together. I think a very strong student focus is is where we stand apart from any other institute. Uh, like I said,
rightly said.
threading
Yes.
their journeys, understanding who they are, where they come from, tapping into their potentials, giving them, the tools to get there, empowering them with various, aspects that will help them get there, empowering them with the right attitudes, with the right thought, with the right inputs, right faculty. It is all about student empowerment and student experience for us. So the student is the core of our exchange with the world. And I think, I get, immensely, uh, it's moved when a student, an ex-student comes back and says, you taught me this, ma'am, आपने ये पढ़ाया था, आपने ये बोला था, ये मुझे आज तक, it's helping me, and I have tied it together and made it, the central to my experience. So I think that legacy that UID brings with its student experience, the legacy that UID brings with its curricular input, the legacy that it brings, and the and And that's obviously evident in the kind of placements that the students get, in the kind of work that they
All
do.
the three exits, rather,
Exactly the kind of masters that they go for, if they're going for a masters, or if they're getting into the startup culture. I say once a UIDN, always a UIDN, and you're always you're not only just welcome back. I insist that you come back, and we build your careers despite your four years being over. Come back. We will work together to build it and make it relevant. We don't want to leave anything behind. We want to take everybody ahead with us. That is the core, in my understanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what I was trying to say is, uh, whichever walk they choose for their life, whichever path, whether they want to continue their
Yes.
academic journey or they want to do a startup, they have some idea to taking experience through placement. Like, we ensure that, through our three verticals, through our three dedicated teams, we ensure that we are able to match their aspiration. So yes, that's what makes UID the most after design institute. All right, the next segment, which is admissions process, timeline, and next steps. So I think I'll have to take on that. So all the students who have cleared the two-tier evaluation and you are ready to start this journey, go ahead and secure your seat. That's the first step, because 15th of April is the last date. So do that. And like any other institute of repute, UID has only one single cycle of the general application window. So please don't miss out on this, because you have come so far. You have appeared for that. You have appeared for tier 2. So just go ahead and secure your seat. Post that, the second line of communication you will be receiving in the month of May, which we call as welcome letter. We welcome you to this beautiful community, and we give you more clarity on how you are supposed to utilize these 3 months, because the timeline is July is the time when we invite you for induction program, and that's when your academic journey starts. But for this, I mean, to start your journey, we have certain pre-induction activities also, right? So May is welcome letter. We will give you some pre-induction activities, clarity on the kind of documents you have to prepare, technical specifications in case if you are planning to buy any laptop, more clarity on the kind of softwares you will be using during this journey. So go ahead and secure the seat so that we can start the second line of communication for you. And we also promise you that we'll keep on bringing such webinars throughout, which will align you with who we are and what we do, and how you will add up to this beautiful, beautiful family, our UID family. So yes, that's about a tentative timeline on the admission process. Now I would like to invite my colleague Deepthi, and we will open the forum for Q&A. So Deepthi, can you please ask all of us those questions which we have received in past few days from all our aspirants and those who have secured the seat at UID. Over to you, Deepthi.
Thank you, ma'am. Our first question is, what are the immediate next steps after accepting the offer letter?
Sit back and relax. No. So as I said, the next step is wait for this communication that will come to you, which we call as welcome letter. And that will have all the guidelines on what you are supposed to do next. But you'll not be required to visit any campus physically up until the induction process. Everything is digital, maybe the payment of fee, the activities that we give, or the interaction with our faculty team. Also, I do understand that there are a lot of programs that we offer, and you might have dilemma or you want to have a bit of comparison between two programs or a detailed counseling to help you choose the right path. So please feel free to get in touch with our dynamic admission team for any sort of query that you have, in case if you want a digital meeting, want to have a dialogue with any of our faculty members. It's a very, very simple process. Call us or drop us an email, and we will arrange this within 48 hours. And you can change the program just by dropping us an email, which is also mentioned in the offer letter. But in case if you have missed this, up until July, it is a very simple process. You drop us an email, and within 24 to 48 hours, the program will be updated, both on your application and the offer letter. Yes, Deepti.
Ma'am, next question is, how can I prepare before classes begin? So I think I will request Professor Ankur to help us with that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Deepti ma'am. I think before coming to classes, it's always best to stay creatively engaged. Sketch, I think most of them already sketch, but keeping that as a constant. Research trends, explore tools or softwares related to your discipline. Basically, curiosity is what you should really keep alive, and keep exploring, because it's quite important for you to have that conditioning before you enter any discipline. Because I think day one, day two, day three sure are going to be orientation for you, and soon you will dive into what we'll teach you. And I think it'll make better sense once you can connect to already what you've been researching, sketching, doing before. But staying active, photography, so on, all of that really, really helps. So keep yourself creatively engaged before coming to a class, and we're there to help you move forward. We're there to, take your creativity to the next level.
All right. Professor Sambit, would you like to add anything to that?
Uh, Besides, I think Ankur kind of covered everything, but I would also say, कि how do you ensure that you are not trapped in your own algorithms? So I would suggest कि मतलब we are all using smartphones. That's a reality we can't escape, but one has to be conscious about it, because all your social media feeds keep on giving you what you really like. So that creates an isolation bubble by itself. I would suggest कि stay abreast with what is happening in the world, not just in terms of general world news of all the Putins and Trumps out there. Besides that, what is happening in the day-to-day lives of people, what is happening in the field of tech, what is happening in the field of art. While we are a design institute, but art is integral to design education. Appreciation of arts keeps you sensitive to things. How do you ensure that you create a space of mind within your own self to accept knowledge, accept information, and create an open mind? So keeping yourself exposed to all which is happening in the world. Plus, this is something which I really, really appeal to all my students. Please read as much as you can, and don't read on your smartphones. I'm sorry. Please do. A little old school here. Kindles and everything, ebooks are great. Nothing against them, but they are on a device which will distract you. Unless you have a Kindle, yes. Kindle can't do anything else. So Kindle is welcome. But pick up a book, just read. It helps. Trust me.
So agree with you, Sambit. Absolutely.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah, so ma'am, the next question, which is a very common question, that what kind of placement internship support does UID offer? So I think I would request again Professor Sambit to guide us on that.
What is the
All right.
question? Sorry, I missed. Oh, about
This
placement. Yeah.
internship and placement support. All right. So this is for both the campuses. We have our career services desk, which is CSD, which is a very active body, which travels across the country throughout the year to all the major cities of India, which have a design professional ecosystem. All the metros, all the tier one cities, then the tier two cities, which have specific industries, which are design related industries, be it production hubs or design studios or export houses, everything is included. So there is a existing net, as Manini mentioned earlier, there are 1,200 companies with whom we have our students placed or students interning, or they have come to the institute in order to have a collaboration with us. So the CST and this network of all those companies, we have built a fairly robust ecosystem of industry connects. So after semester 6 in undergrad and semester 2 in postgrad, the students are supposed to go for a 12-week mandatory internship. This is a credited
Minimum
model.
of 12 weeks. Yeah.
Minimum of 12 weeks, at least 12 weeks, yes. So this is, and you can go for more depending on the vacation window which you have. So part of this internship is during the summer break and part of it is in the next semester. We encourage all our students to seek internships on their own first, because finding a job is as much a necessary skill which has to be learned. So how to create your CV, how to create a portfolio which best showcases your abilities and showcases your relevance on how you can contribute to the design profession, and how to write a cover letter, how to prepare for interviews, and so on and so forth. We have support for that. But first and foremost, try and find internships on their own. Having said that, we have the CSD will share all the previous internship data for you. So you already have a large pool of places where you can apply, where you can explore where you want to work or start your introduction into the design profession. The CSD opens up every single design of internship opportunity it comes across to all the students of the relevant departments. So that is also an ongoing process. We have this portal called Superset. The Superset is a large, it's kind of a CRMS platform in which every
Widely
student
accepted and used by top companies
Exactly,
also.
exactly. So where all the students register, their portfolios are uploaded there, their areas of interests are mentioned there, and all internship opportunities or later on placement opportunities are made open on the superset. The students can directly apply from there. A lot of times, even the companies who are onboarded onto superset for the placement process, they are looking at the portfolios directly on the platform. So I will urge all
Right.
new aspirants to start working on your portfolio right from the beginning itself. Talk to your faculty members. How do I start making my portfolios? You already have the entrance exam portfolio. So you know what a portfolio is and how to go about
Looks
constructing
like,
it,
yeah.
right? So now that you are a design student, the portfolio will shift onto the higher level. And once you have graduated, your portfolio will go to the professional level. And once you have done a lot of
Professional
work,
level
then you will go into an organization level. So there are various levels of building a portfolio like that. All right.
portfolios.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, please.
sorry, yeah. Also, we don't call this cell as placement cell. So CSD team constantly conducts workshop, ensuring that your CVs and portfolios are getting industry ready. Your strengths are reflecting in your portfolio, and further connecting you to the industry, as Professor Sambit said, and opening up a lot of opportunities in terms of internships and placements. So yes,
Yeah, and the placement procedure is it's the students who have just finished their internships and coming back from semester 7 onwards. They already have a basic idea whether they want to pursue a master's or go for a placement right away. Or some of you might be wanting to join your own family business or start your own consultancy or a startup. So the CST will also help you with that. Uh, so all the people who want to have placement support from the institutions, there are some of our students say, we will find our own ways, especially students who want to stick to the core disciplines like graphic, say for example, a graphic communication design student want to work purely in graphic design and print design. So they have said that we don't need the CSD support. That is also acceptable by us. But the students who are seeking CSD support for placement, the CST will brief you on all the procedures, starting with how to make sure your portfolio is done, your CV is updated, you're up on Superset for that. And the placement is different from engineering and other conventional vocations because our profession is an industry responsive profession. If there is a requirement in the industry, the studios will hire at that time. Companies and corporations will hire at that time. So there are certain corporates which will have regular placement cycles. So they become a part of our placement cycle as well. So we have placement starting right from the beginning of the middle of your seventh semester all the way till you graduate. Even after you are an alumni, you are eligible for placement support from us. So that is not many institutes do that. So we do that. We would request everybody to be an active member of the alumni portal once they join. You are going to join the alumni portal, but be active on it.
I have received this information
Great.
in the offer letter.
Yeah.
So it's a one-time fee that you pay, and for lifetime you are connected to your alma
Exactly.
mater.
So the The
Yes.
portal will keep on putting on job opportunities there, even for our alumni. So that ways we have a continuous placement activity going on right after from your seventh semester. And for our master students, right after the third
And
semester.
yes, and not just placement, as sir said, uh, and we discussed before, there are these three verticals that work parallelly with each student and their mentor. So even before you have your degree in hand, you will have clarity on what kind of exit you want to choose, and the preparations are started. So you have innovation and incubation foundation who helps you convert your ideas into successful businesses and everything in between. So from functional support to networking to prototyping to protecting your ideas through IPR and of course final funding. And then you have Team UWW United Worldwide that provides complete guidance on choosing the right program, choosing the right institute for the program, and again, preparation to ensure that you get into your aspired institute for study. So we have very well planned exits for all our students, not just for placement, but any exit that you choose in your path. Yes, Dipti, more questions for us?
That's it, ma'am. That's it from my side.
All right. So anything that you all want to share, Professor Amrita, dear Professor Amo, your thoughts?
Just I generally believe that we have a huge future ahead. So I say, whoever has chosen this domain, I say, first, welcome to the other side of design of the world. Design, it's the other side, and whoever is, when you come to UID, it is really the place that defines the other side. So I say, welcome to the other side to everyone.
Thank you. What are your thoughts, closing statements, Professor Ankur Gulati?
Well, I think when Sambit spoke about placements and you spoke about exits, the journey is important, as I mentioned before. Students will have constant opportunities to collaborate with the industry. It's a robust way of working. You know, one doesn't have to wait for internships or placements to happen. My students collaborate with industry every now and then. We propel us and propel them so that they're able to join, they're able to contribute to the industry. It really almost starts from semester four. So by semester four, they're propelled enough. But really, collaboration with the industry starts from much, much before. So you really don't have to wait for internships. You will already know what your calling is within design, within your discipline, before actually going for an internship formally. So holidays, um, short breaks, other other breaks, long breaks, we always have a huge demand from the industry, and I think that's what keeps them alive, and the journey becomes much, much more exciting. Very, very excited to have all of you with us, and my closing note would be thank you for joining us on a Sunday. Really appreciate it, and we look forward to having you.
Yeah. The way you have thought so far, the way you have looked at the world so far is going to change. Embrace this change. You have been extremely bold in taking a decision. A lot of you might have had questions. Many of you might have been questioned by your friends, your family, your relatives about the choice of a career. You have made an extremely interesting and happening choice, as I was saying right at the beginning. So, welcome to the rabbit hole. If you have watched the Alice in Wonderland, so yeah. So it is going to be a crazy world from here on, and a crazy in a good way, trust me. And a lot of that world will be built by you yourself. So
Crazy
welcome
in a
as
good way.
yeah,
True.
as Amrita said,
Yes.
welcome to the other side and have fun.
I would like to first thank all the faculty members, our panelists today. It's been such a pleasure to have you all here on this beautiful Sunday morning. And thank you, all the participants, as you prepare to join us, and we eagerly wait to welcome you on this side, as all our faculty said. So please do not hesitate in connecting with us. The admission team, who is always available through calls, WhatsApp, emails, to even you can walk into our campuses anytime and interact with our wonderful faculty team. So waiting eagerly for all of you to join us, this big family, the UID community. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great Sunday ahead. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See
Thank
you.
you. Thank you,
Bye.
the entire
Bye.
team, for organizing this. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Bye.